Greetings, dear friends. Greetings and happy Monday to you. Here we are. This is our first Mindset Mastery, Mindful Motivation for Mindset Mastery session. Here, the first one for the month of July. I trust you had a beautiful weekend. We celebrated Canada Day here in Canada. And then, of course, tomorrow is July 4th. So our US friends will be celebrating with their July 4th. So here we are, like I said, starting a new week, the first full week of July. And when we get into these mindset mastery conversations, I like to just riff on what's happening with the phases of the moon. And then we're going to use 4 different decks of cards to really set intentions, kind of really track the energy and feel into what's right for us. So this week, and actually it's today, it's a full moon. Today we have, and actually it's a super full moon. So full moons are time for us to be illumined by the light of the full moon. Of course, it's intensified when it's a super full moon. But what this week is all about is about really checking in with you, with yourself, to make sure. You see, Capricorn is practicality. It's got that action taking. It's an earth sign, and it's about creating the logical steps, the ways to get your success done. However, while the moon is in Capricorn, the sun is in Cancer. And so that is about really tracking your emotions. How do you feel as you're going towards your goals, as you're taking those action steps? So this week in particular is a time for us to really reflect upon the things that we're doing and take some time to connect to Mother Earth. So it's about finding the joy in the journey towards the destination. Because you see, that Capricorn energy can actually sort of make us focus more on the doing and doing and doing and doing, and the perpetual gotta get something done and gotta achieve and gotta. And yet, with that, the sun in the sign of Cancer, it's about feeling. How does this make me feel about me? It's one of my favorite questions. And this is, if you've watched these sessions with me before, you know that I really, really encourage you to do that. How does this, and this means this project, this idea, these thoughts, these people, these tasks that I'm doing, how does it make me feel about me? You see, because this whole flow, and it is about balance. Last week we worked on balance also with the moon in the sign of Libra. But this is about the inner and outer balance for you. So are you doing the things that allow you to have a sense of fun and play and really enjoy that whole idea of the joy is in the journey, not in the destination? Because this reminds me too, is that what happens when you get to a destination, what does happen when you achieve something or you accomplish something? Well, there's a phase where you sit and you pat yourself on the back and say, I did it. But then guess what? There's another path to go on. There's another destination to head off into. So that's how come it's not about doing so much. It's about being mindful of what you get to do. So that's another question I really encourage you to use with this idea of mindset mastery is, instead of, if you've got a dialogue going, I have to do this and I've got to do that and I should do this, time to pause. Maybe it's time to go for a walk. Maybe it's time to just get grounded and see, can you reframe that into, what do I get to do? Oh, I get to do such and such today. I get to fill in the blank. See if that energy can help you align more deeply with what lights you up, with what your calling is, what you're in this life to share. We all have unique gifts that we are called upon to share. Are you? Are you sharing yours? Are you accessing and acknowledging what your uniqueness is and then sharing it? So all that being said, I've been shuffling my letting go cards here because this is the first deck of cards that we kind of check in with this idea. And so with this idea of getting grounded and aligning with your right rhythm, let's see what can we focus on letting go. And this is perfect. I love how these things happen. So it's a pattern. Do you have a pattern where you do what I was just saying, where I have to do this and I should do this and I've got to do that? Can you shift your pattern? You know, the other thing too is any of these ideas that I bring up for you, if they challenge you or they discombobulate you in some way and you need a wee bit of reflection or help, put it in the comments below or message me directly, because this is about helping you find your flow. It's about acknowledging, because the truth is you're not doing anything wrong. This is not about saying, oh, you have to do this. It's about allowing yourself to reflect upon and choose. Are there things that are working great for you and you want to keep doing? And also admitting where there's things that go, you know, it's not quite working for me now. And then lovingly shifting and changing. And so like I said, if you need some support or help on that, let me know. Because that's the intention, is to help you access all what your uniqueness is, but also find your best rhythm and pattern. So we're going to give up patterns that don't serve that. So now we're going to look at, oh, this is awesome. The tarot card that's come up for us today is the High Priestess. I love that. So the High Priestess is all about allowing your intuition to flow through you. So with this idea of the sun in the sign of Cancer and the moon in the sign of Capricorn, that there is a sense of duality with the High Priestess. So that sort of, I'm doing these things. I need to take action steps, but am I really allowing the whisper of my soul to be my GPS, to be my guidance system? And so, like I said, connecting with nature is such a beautiful way for you to access your inner guidance, your intuitive nature. We actually all are intuitive and we all have access to that intuitive guidance. It's just about creating some space, being mindful, and using that question I just said, how do I feel about myself here? It's a beautiful way to open the gateway into your own internal inner guidance that's there. So, but when we get too caught up in the destination matters way more than it ought to, perhaps, and then the doing and doing and doing, that creates angst and stress and discombobulation that maybe isn't serving you. So see if you can tap into your intuitive nature. It's an important piece here. So now I'm shuffling the Healing with the Angel cards. We're going to pull 3 from here. I love using these cards in conjunction with the letting go because they always give us little additional, they sort of fill out the definition, pad it out, give us a wee bit more inspiration and intentions on this idea of letting go of patterns and really allowing ourselves to be bathed by that beautiful full moon. So the first one is Guardian Angel. I love that too, because that's like a underlining that High Priestess energy, that tapping into the energetic support and guidance that's around you. Now the next one, and this is an interesting one, this is Forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful message because, you know, when we sometimes look at how we've been doing something and we maybe do have a pattern of overworking, overcommitting, overbooking our time perhaps, always hustling and working, then we can, if we become very aware of that, sometimes we can shame ourselves or guilt ourselves or be hard on ourselves. Forgive yourself. Always. The truth is, we are always doing the best we can with where we are, with what we know, with what's going on, with what we believe. So forgiving means I'm not going to keep telling myself off or being mad at myself or irritated. It's just forgiving means that was then, this is now. I'm going to let it go. letting go is a huge part. And then, of course, the last one is beautiful too. It's signs. So following the signs and the little bird song if you're going outside and for a walk in nature, sometimes even just listening to birds or listening to, I'm fortunate that I listen to the waves of the ocean, and that is so soothing and calming. Do you allow yourself time to just go and contemplate and reflect upon and listen for those signs? And when I say listen, I put that in quotes because listening is all of your senses. It could be actually audibly hearing something. It could be having something just arrive in your own knowing. It could be seeing something, whether it's a vision or something that you really see. But of course, that's all about paying attention to the signs. They're always there too, just like your inner guidance. And sometimes those signs are kind of inspiring us to go, oh, wait, what were the thoughts I was just having when I saw that sign? Because sometimes a sign is just saying, yes, that, more of that, follow that. So see, can you tap more into those signs? And so wrapping up our session today, the final card deck that I use is my Liberate Your Inner Truth deck. These cards are actually available on Amazon if you're intrigued or like to go into more ideas on using an oracle to help you liberate your inner truth. So let's just take a nice deep breath. There's been a lot of pieces coming up for this on this session. And let's see what this one, oh, this is perfect too. They always are, right? It's I am realized. So this is a really nice complement to that energy of the perpetual doing that we all tend to do to one degree or another in this, particularly in the Western world. We're kind of wired that way, or we bought into those patterns. Maybe this is the pattern to let go of as well. But let me read this out. I trust my intuition and apply what I already know. Studying is important, in brackets, and fun, but it is important to realize that all I truly need is within. Powerful and perfect combination of energies to release patterns and to tap into your intuition and your inner knowing, to forgive yourself for when you maybe weren't following this flow, weren't accessing your own inner wisdom. But all of these pieces, perfect energy to really enjoy the energy of the super full moon in the sign of Capricorn. Much love to you. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. I'll be back again with you next week. And like I said, if you have any questions or need some support, just put it in the comments or message me directly. Much love to you again.